Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's, well, a huge deal in trading: mental flexibility. It's that invisible line that separates the traders who make it from those who don't. And honestly, getting a handle on this can completely change your game. So let me ask you something, and this might hit a little close to home. Have you ever had a strategy that just worked until it didn't? Are the very rules you set up to protect yourself now kind of trapping you? We've all met that person who just will not budge on anything. It's frustrating in real life, right? But in trading, oh man, it can be absolutely devastating to your account. We call this the rigidity trap. And believe me, it has a very, very high price. And this quote just nails it. A lot of beginners are on this quest for the one perfect strategy that'll work forever. But here's the thing. The market is alive. It's always changing. So while the beginner is busy polishing their old tools, the pro is already figuring out what the new market needs. Okay, let's look at how this actually plays out. When the market makes a big shift, you see these two different mindsets in action, and the difference between them, well, it tells the whole story. So here it is, side by side. You've got the rigid trader just standing there like a brick wall, clinging to rules that don't work anymore while their account just drains. But then you've got the professional. They're like water, They flow with the market, they change things up, and they stay profitable. And look, this isn't just some nice idea or a helpful tip. This is basically a fundamental law of the markets. Success doesn't go to the trader who's the most stubborn or the one with the strongest belief. Nope. It goes to someone else entirely. Think about what we know from nature. For ages, it's been understood that survival in the wild isn't about being the biggest or the strongest. And guess what? The exact same thing is true right there at your trading desk. It's the one who is most adaptable. That's the key. Adaptability is the ultimate survival skill. The trader who can switch their bias, scrap a strategy, and try something new based on what the market is telling them, that's the trader who's going to be around for the long haul. The rigid ones, they risk becoming fossils. And the results of these two approaches? The picture couldn't be any clearer. Now, of course, the exact numbers might change, but the principle is always the same. Flexible traders who adapt will consistently, and I mean dramatically, outperform those who don't. That gap between success and failure, it's often just the gap between bending and breaking. Okay, so this is the big question, right? How do you actually get this skill? Well, the good news is flexibility isn't something you're just born with. It's a muscle. You can build it. So let's walk through 3 real practical ways you can do that, all right? The first technique might sound a little weird. In everyday life, a short-term memory isn't always great. But in trading, it's a superpower. It means you let go of the ego from that last big win and you shake off the sting from that last loss. It lets you see the market for what it is right now. So here's a simple process you can use. First, treat every single trade like it's the only one that matters. It's a unique event. Second, you have to constantly ask yourself, does my strategy still fit? Is this still working? And third, you've got to have the courage to start over. Realizing a strategy is busted isn't failure. It's just really important information. But hey, starting over doesn't mean you just throw all that hard work in the trash. An old strategy is just a tool, right? You wouldn't throw away your hammer just because right now you need a screwdriver. So file that strategy away. Put it in your toolkit. The market moves in cycles, and the perfect time for that old tool might just come around again. Now, this all brings us to you. It's time for a little self-assessment, because you can't fix what you don't see. So let's take an honest look at your own trading habits. So this is what I want to leave you with. Be really honest with yourself. Are you flowing with the market, or are you trying to fight the current? Your answer to that question, it could be the single biggest key to unlocking your next level of success as a trader. Really, think about it.